As boating season either slows down or concludes for many of us, here are 7 tips that you may know, maybe some you don't, but you need to keep in mind because if you forget some of them, you can end up in a real bad way. Now, I know many of you guys are probably saying, I'm not going to carry a shovel. And you don't use them very often, but I'm going to tell you right now, having a hard shovel like this to kind of break some ice away at the water line, or even if you get some snow or big chunks of ice here with a traditional snow shovel, hopefully we don't have to use these, but if you fish enough during that really good time when not everybody's out there, you're going to need these, and when there's nobody out there, there ain't anybody to help you. So a couple shovels in the back of the truck is going to make sure you stay out of trouble and can still fish during the good times. If you fish enough in the cold, whether it's the spring or the fall, you're definitely at some point going to slide down a ramp or see a ramp that you know you can't get down. And what you want to do is carry some ice melt, salt, sand. There's a lot of different things, but have something with you. And I found keep a bucket because it's going to keep the back end of your vehicle or truck a whole lot cleaner and put together. And that way you can sprinkle that out so you don't slide in. So when it comes to fuel, there's a lot of different ideas, and I don't know what the best one is, but I like to put ethanol free in, especially if something is going to sit, and I like to fill the tank, and that way I can't get as much moisture in. Most of us know about putting Stablizer in, but here's kind of the trick. You can't just pour it in. You got to make sure that you run it through your motors and your lines. So don't get caught. I've had it myself. Make sure you put it in several trips before you know you're going to quit. It's only maybe going to cost you a couple extra bucks, but you need that Stablizer up and through. Use some non-ethanol or rec fuel. Make sure you fill that tank up and you can get less moisture in it. And then come springtime, I like to actually pull some out and get some fresh gas in there as well. So one of the things a lot of us also know, but maybe you don't have readily available, is some type of recovery strap, whatever you want to call it. I've got one here. Keep them in the bag because the dirt apparently is really hard on them, but have that thing, have a shackle, have it ready though. I've had the problem myself. I've always carry them, but I didn't have it readily available and had a buddy who took too long to get that thing going and we almost had a bad problem. So you may need this to hook up to somebody else's vehicle when you are sliding down. Maybe it's because that guy didn't, keep that ramp dry, but having a rope, recovery strap, but having it readily available so when you do start sliding down, you don't have to wait to try to get it. So one of the things we all know, but sometimes we don't do, is trim your motor all the way down. Now here's the deal. Even if you got a nice, you see all that water coming out, even if you have a nice fancy heated garage, if something happens to that heater or what have you, you don't want all that water in there. That's going to cause a lot of problems. So you want to save that, drain the water out, and then you don't have a problem. So when it gets really cold, around freezing or definitely below, don't even pull your trailer out this far. Let that trailer drain at water level. It's gonna make a big difference for the next guy that's pulling out of the boat there. He's not gonna slide down the ramp because that little bit of water is gonna turn into a sheet of ice very quickly. So a little bit of courtesy goes a long way so that you don't fall in next time either.